Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are ranking all of Taylor Swift's songs that she's released on her albums. I love doing these kinds of videos and I really hope you enjoy this one. So I've made 5 categories as usual to rank these songs using song titles. So the first category is called Is It Over Now songs, and these are obviously ones that I least like. But saying that, I don't think Taylor Swift has made a song that is awful. They're just ones that I don't like as much as the others. Starting with the Taylor Swift album, we have I'm Only Me When I'm With You, and to be honest, this song has grown on me since the first couple of times I listened to it, but it's still a skip for me. It's just a little bit chaotic and a little bit too much for me, that's all. Then we have Comin' With The Rain, Superstar, and The Other Side of the Door. And then we have the Red album. So the only song off this album that made it into the bottom category is The Last Time. There's just no oomph or emotion to this song, and I always forget that it exists until it comes on, which is not really a good sign. And then we have the Lover album, and the only song off this album to make it into this category is It's Nice to Have a Friend. So the first time I listened to this song, I got so bored that I didn't really listen to the next and last song on the album, which is Daylight, and I thought I also hated that one too, but that is absolutely not the case, and as a result, this song is a skip because it had that effect on me. And then on the Evermore album, we have Coney Island. Same with The Last Time, it's not got that oomph or emotion that I need in the song. And then on the Tortured Poets department, we have I Look in People's Windows. This is a nice sounding song, I will admit, but it just stays at one level the whole way through. And the next category up, so the second out of 5, is called Tolerate It. These are slightly better in my opinion, but they often are songs that I will skip. So from the Taylor Swift album, we have Picture to Burn. It's a little too country for me, but I don't hate it. And then we have Cold As You, The Outside, Invisible, so the first line of the verse, she can't see the way your eyes light up when you smile. It's just superior to the rest of the song, and it's kept it from going into the bottom category. And then we have A Perfectly Good Heart, which is the most poppy song on the album in my opinion. And then we have the Fearless album, and we're starting with Tell Me Why. I love the line, makes me run for cover when you're around, but I'm not a massive fan of the melody of this song, which is why it is in this category. And then we have You're Not Sorry, Jump Then Fall, Untouchable, and We Were Happy. I normally love her vault songs, they are just something to look forward to, but this one's a little too slow for me. And the last song off this album is If This Was a Movie. Okay, now we have the Speak Now album, and we're starting with The Story of Us. The thing that lets this song down, honestly, is the part where she says, next chapter. It's such a weird thing to hold on to, but that is why it's this low down. And then we have Better Than Revenge, Superman, and Castles Crumbling. I love Hayley Williams and I love Paramore so much, but this is a little bit too slow and it does stay at one level throughout. On the Red album, we have Everything Has Changed and Nothing New, and I also love Phoebe Bridgers, so I hate that it's this low, but it just needed more to it. On the Lover album, we have Soon You'll Get Better and Me. I feel like a lot of people would agree with me in that I put this song quite low because it's just a little too high on the cheese for me. And I remember the line that was changed when everyone was taking the piss out of it as well. Hey kids, spelling is fun! Moving on to Folklore, we have Exile, Closure. I really love the melody to the song, but the sound effects just ruin it for me. It makes it sound a bit tinny. From Midnights, we have Karma. And then from the Tortured Poets department, we have I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, and I Hate It Here. Both of these songs made it into this almost bottom category because they both stay at one level, though they are nice to have on in the background, say if you're cooking or something. Moving on to the mid category, we have Mr. Perfectly Fine songs. Starting with the Taylor Swift album, we have Tim McGraw, Teardrops on My Guitar. This is one of the first songs I listened to by Taylor, and it's one of the songs that definitely got me into her music. Then we have A Place in This World, Stay Beautiful, Mary's Song, Oh My My My, and Our Song. From the Fearless album, we have Love Story. It's a really good song. I'm just gonna say it's a really, really good song. And again, one of the songs that I listened to that really got me into Taylor's music. But this song has been played to death over the years, and it's been quite a few years since this song first came out, so there's been plenty of time for it to be played. Then we have Hey Stephen, White Horse, You Belong With Me, and again, this is a song that I first listened to by Taylor, so one of the first ones I listened to, and it definitely got me into her music, and it has an element to nostalgia to it. Then we have Breathe, The Best Day, Change, You All Over Me, and the lyric from this, which I absolutely love, is the best and worst day of June was the one that I met you. Oh my god, it's just so good. Then we have Mr. Perfectly Fine, That's When, and Bye Bye Baby. The chorus doesn't sound like it should come after the verses, like there's a pause and then it kicks in, which is a little bit strange. But I do love the line, this is the last time I'll drive this way again. It's just so relatable if you've broken up with someone and you'll never be going to their house again. And from the Speak Now album, we have Mine, Dear John. I do like this song, I really, really do. I just think it's a little bit longer than it needs to be. Then we have Mean, Never Grow Up, Innocent, Haunted. The powerful vocals at the end are just Hours, and I especially love the lyric, I love the gap between your teeth, Foolish One, and Timeless. I love the picture this song paints, and it does make me cry, but for some reason it's not quite up in the top categories, and I don't really know why. And from the Red album, we have I Knew You Were Trouble. Dare I say the llama ruined this one for me? No, it is a good song, but it's just a little bit too in your face. And then we have Stay, 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 The Moment I Knew, Ronan, Babe, and Run. And from the 1989 album, we have Shake It Off. Similar to Love Story, I guess, it's just been overplayed to its heart's content. Then we have Wildest Dreams and Suburban Legends. This, in my opinion, is the weakest of the vault tracks on this album. It just needed more emotion to it, and I think it would have been a lot better. And the last song off this album is Bad Blood featuring Kendrick Lamar. And from the Reputation album, we have Look What You Made Me Do. I think this is one of those cases where I love the music video more than I love the actual song. And the other song off this album is Dancing With Our Hands Tied. From the Lover album, we have Lover. I know it's surprising and it's a very sweet song, but it surprisingly doesn't hold a lot of emotion considering the meaning of the song. And then we have Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince and Paper Rings. Off of the Folklore album, we have Cardigan and Illicit Affairs. The chorus definitely has held this song up from being in a lower category. And the last song of Folklore in this category is Invisible String. Off of the Evermore album, we have Gold Rush, Tolerate It, Nobody, No Crime. I love Haim, and I do think this is a solid song, but for some reason it's not one that I would go to listen to. It's not necessarily a song I would skip all the time, but it's just missing something, and I don't know what. And the last song off this album is Evermore. Off of the Midnights album, we have Snow on the Beach featuring Lana Del Rey, My Absolute Bae. It'll be clear why this song is so low later on. And then we have Paris and Glitch. Off of the Tortured Poets department, we have Florida, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, and How Did It End. I love the vocals in this one. It's very haunting in a way, like the woo. And then we have Thank You Amy, and I love the message of this song. And then we have The Prophecy. Okay, the second category from the top is called Timeless. These are songs that I genuinely love, but they're just missing one thing that stops them from being one of my favourite songs. Starting with the Taylor Swift album, we have Tied Together with a Smile. I love the vocals when she goes high on that last chorus. And then you've got the strings and the guitar solo at the end. It's just a shock, and it's brilliant. And then we have Should Have Said No. Off of the Fearless album, we have 15, The Way I Loved You. This song is so relatable. It just paints that kind of chaotic relationship. Off of Speak Now, we have Speak Now, Back to December. I love the symbolism of using the month of December as a way of reminiscing on a past love and using that magic from that month, but also the coldness that comes with it. So maybe there was coldness in that relationship. And then we have Last Kiss, and the line, I hope it's nice where you are, is just such a selfless kind of thing to say to someone that you're no longer with. Electric Touch, this one just makes me want to get up and dance whenever it's on. And I Can See You. Off of the Red album, we have 22, I Almost Do, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, just heartbreaking and relatable. Then we have Lucky One, Starlight and Begin Again. I love the meaning of this one, just being able to fall in love again after such a toxic relationship. Girl at Home, this is an interesting one because even though she has used a different kind of sound with this song than the original, I still quite like the song. Then we have State of Grace, the acoustic version, and as much as I do like this song, I do prefer the original more. So I think you can guess where the original is going to go. Better Man, relatable, so relatable. I Bet You Think About Me and Forever Winter. Off of the 1989 album, we have Welcome to New York. Just an absolute bop, and it encapsulates that excitement she had in that period of her life. Then we have Blank Space, Style, Out of the Woods, and All You Had to Do Was Stay. I just love the melody of this song, and it's got such a great beat to it. And then we have I Wish You Would and Bad Blood. Did you have to do this? And then we have I Know Places, Clean, so washing away that toxicity, Wonderland, New Romantics and Slut. The lyric, In a World of Boys Who's a Gentleman, perfect. And lastly off this album we have Now That We Don't Talk. On the Reputation album we have Ready For It, just a really great song to open the album, just gives you a taste of what's to come. Then we have Endgame, I Did Something Bad, and the attitude in this song is just something else. So It Goes, Dress, and then This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. On the Lover album we have I Forgot That You Existed. I just love the pure disconnect in this song, it's just really refreshing. Then we have The Man, which is essentially a feminist anthem. The Archer, and the angelic sound of this song is just phenomenal. I Think He Knows, Death by a Thousand Cuts, London Boy and False God. And the lyric, I know heaven's a thing, I go there when you touch me, honey, hell is when I fight with you. And lastly we have You Need to Calm Down. Off of the Folklore album we have The One, the last great American dynasty, or dynasty, which is one of her best storytelling songs ever. And the choreography on the Eras tour was just something else. Then we have Mad Woman, Betty, Peace and Hoax, and these two are very similar to each other, so that's why they're both in this category. They're just missing something to make them perfect. And the last song we have is The Lakes. Off of the Evermore album we have 'Tis the Damn Season. I like that this song takes you to winter, even though the album is essentially a summer album. And then we have Dorothea, Ivy, Cowboy Like Me, and her voice in this song, it just carves into you. It's beautiful. And then we have Long Story Short, Right Where You Left Me, and It's Time to Go. Off of the Midnights album we have Lavender Haze, which is just a perfect song to open this Midnights album. It's got an incredibly great beat to it. Then we have Anti-Hero and You're on Your Own Kid. I hosted parties and starved my body like I'd be saved by a perfect kiss. And then we have Midnight Rain, Question and Bejeweled, and I just love the sound of the jewels in this song, it's just really nice. And then we have Karma and Sweet Nothing. My partner loves this song, and I also love its innocent lyrics of a selfless kind of love. And then we have Mastermind, The Great War, High Infidelity and Dear Reader, and the line, if it feels like a trap, you're already in one, is probably one of the most truthful and relatable lyrics that Taylor has ever written. And I also love the dramatic line, if you aim at the devil, make sure you don't miss. Just brilliant songwriting. And off of the Tortured Poets department we have Fortnight, the Tortured Poets department, My Boy Only Breaks His Favourite Toys, and So Long London. I think all of the lyrics in this song are fantastic. They're brutal and they give you a sense of what that particular relationship was like. And then we have But Daddy, I Love Him, fresh out the slammer, and I do love that transition near the end of the song where you just don't expect it. And my reaction to this said it all when I reacted to this album.
To the house, we silhouette up in that porch light, please.
What is happening? And then we have Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, which is a song that I firstly did not like, and for some reason it's made its way this high into the categories, possibly because her voice in the song is so piercing, it just pierces through your soul. And then we have The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, which, like So Long London, it's brilliantly brutal. And then we have The Alchemy, Clara Bow, and I'm debating getting the lyrics. Beauty is a beast that roars down on all fours, demanding more societal beauty standards, am I right? And then we have The Black Dog, The Albatross, Cassandra and Peter. My favourite fairy tale, if you can call it a fairy tale, is Peter Pan, and I love that she's used this story to create a narrative about a romance that never happened. And lastly off this album we have Robin. Okay, we've made it. This is the top category. These are the songs that are, in my opinion, elite. Nothing can touch them. I'll never skip them. You get the picture. These are the love of my life songs. Off of the Fearless album, we have Fearless. It's Fearless. And then we have Forever and Always and Forever and Always, the piano version. Both versions of this song are just as good as one another, which is quite uncommon with this kind of thing because you either like the acoustic one or the normal one, but I like both. And then we have Today Was a Fairy Tale. It's just one of her best young love songs. It's innocent, it's naive. Maybe it's due to the fact that it was used in the film Valentine's Day, who knows, but it's just brilliant. And the last song off of the Fearless album is Don't You. This one pulls at my heartstrings so much, and I can just feel the pain that she's going through when she sees her ex. I remember when she released her own version of Fearless, this song was on repeat for like weeks. And off of the Speak Now album, we have Sparks Fly. The lyric, give me something that'll haunt me when you're not around. Just, yeah. And then we have Enchanted, and even without the dress that she wore at the Eras tour, this song is just amazing because it paints a picture of being so mesmerised by someone when you first meet them that you're left with this feeling of being just stunned and in awe. And it's quite relatable, I think, at least in my eyes. And then we have Long Live. It is the song that encapsulates her rise to fame and the feelings that I brought up, and I love it for that. And the last song off of this album is When Emma Falls in Love. It makes me cry every single time I listen to it, and it's so relatable to anyone who's fallen in love and behaved in these certain kinds of ways, such as isolating yourself from everyone else. Moving on to Red, we are going to start with The State of Grace. Red is the epitome of a whirlwind romance, right? And this song is the perfect opening to this album because it represents the start of that relationship. So right at the very start of meeting this person, it's a whirlwind because she didn't even see them coming, so it's going to be a rush as a result. And then the fact that it changes her life dramatically as well. And then we have the song Red, and I would say this song is the epitome of a whirlwind romance, and it makes sense because it is the title track of the album. It just screams a romance where you're in too deep. And then we have Treacherous, and this song is interesting because we see a little bit of self-awareness in that she knows the risk that could happen of falling in love with this person, but she still wants to go through with it regardless of how it could affect her because she doesn't want to deny her feelings for this person. All Too Well is probably one of the best songs that Taylor Swift has ever written, and I would say it's the sad girl version of the song Red. We'll talk more about it with the 10-minute version. And then we have Holy Ground, and this song just screams hindsight. She's had some time to think back about that relationship now that it's over, and the lyrics just sound more composed, like she feels more grounded talking about it. And then we have Come Back, Be Here. I love this song and I always have. The chorus is just spot on and the message is so direct and I love that. As much as I like an analogy to try and describe an event or a situation, I do love when something is really direct because it just sounds ballsy. And then we have Message in a Bottle and The Very First Night. These two songs take me back to when I first started dating Sam and the feelings that I was going through at the time. They're both about a new love and the excitement that comes with that, and that is definitely what I was relating to at the time. And then we have All Too Well, the 10-minute version. Just when you thought All Too Well couldn't get any better, she then releases a 10-minute version of it. And I can probably say this song is probably my favourite song by Taylor Swift. Trust me to pick the longest song. Moving on to 1989, we have How You Get the Girl. And I love the perspective of this one, like telling someone in detail how to get someone back. And obviously in this case it sounds like she's talking to the guy who wants her back. And it's just a really interesting song. And then we have This Love and You Are in Love. These two songs are quite similar to me and they're both beautifully written and sung. I especially love You Are in Love because it's just beautiful, describing how you fall in love. And then we have Say, Don't Go and Is It Over Now. These two Vault songs are very special. And then off the Reputation album, which is the best album, we have Don't Blame Me, and then we have Delicate and the music video, but no, the song is incredible as well. And then we have Gorgeous, Getaway Car and King of My Heart. Getaway Car and King of My Heart are very similar to me, but they're both perfect, so that's why they're in this top category. And then we have Call It What You Want and New Year's Day, which is so different to the rest of the album. It's so slow and emotional, but it's kind of the perfect ending to your Reputation because you've had that big blast of just boom in your face, and then the last track is just this mellow, emotional ballad. Off of the Lover album we have Cruel Summer, and then we have Cornelia Street, and I believe since the very first time I heard the song it has been one of my favourites. And then we have Afterglow and Daylight, and I think Daylight is in my top 5 favourite songs, if not top 3. Off of the Folklore album we have My Tears, Ricochet. The darkness and the betrayal is so evident in this song. And then we have Mirrorball, Seven, August and This Is Me Trying, and I love the seriousness of this song, like the message behind it of mental health. And then we have Epiphany. Off of the Evermore album we have Willow and Champagne Problems. I honestly don't know if she'll ever run out of ideas to make a heartbreaking ballad. When I saw this live too, the reaction from the audience was just something else. It was a moment I will never forget, ever. And then we have Happiness. This is similar to Holy Ground in a way, though it is a lot slower, but it's still finding that forgiveness and trying to make sense of a situation after it's happened, so having that hindsight looking back. And the last song off this album is Marjorie. Off the Midnights album we have Maroon, which is one of my favourite songs by her and one of Sam's too actually. And then we have Vigilante Shit, which is the sequel song to the Reputation album in a way. The attitude in the song is insane and the dance that she did on the Eras tour was amazing. And then we have Labyrinth and Bigger Than the Whole Sky, and if you don't know the supposed meaning behind this song, I would go look it up and it will probably change the way you look at this song. And then we have Would've, Could've, Should've, which I've done many runs listening to this song. Hits Different, again, done many runs with this song. And Snow on the Beach featuring more Lana Del Rey. More Lana is all we needed to make this song where it needs to be, in the top category. And off of the Tortured Poets department, we have Down Bad, which is the best song on the album. Hands down. And then we have Guilty as Sin, and the vocals in the chorus in this one are just heavenly. And then we have Love of My Life. Just heaviness. And then I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, I'm Gonna Get You Back, and So High School, which is very similar to Today Was a Fairy Tale. It's that high school romance, it's innocent, it's dramatic, and you get that high when you're around that person. And the last song is The Bolter. The vocals in this song are so authentic. The melody is perfect and the story is very different as well, which is quite refreshing. And that's it. that's all of Taylor Swift's songs ranked. Do let me know what you thought and your top 10 or top 5 songs by Taylor, and perhaps your least favourite ones as well. It's just a bit of fun, and as I said, I don't think Taylor Swift released a bad song. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.